thousands of years, we have been at war. But before, we were enemies. We were like brothers.
You ready?
Always ready. Let's punch in. Hey, watch where you're going!
What did you say?
It's not like he can transform.
Hey, Darkwing.
Don't.
My finger can transform. Guess which one?
Allow me.
How's it going, guys? Welcome back to my channel and time for another episode of Luke's Reviews. On today's video, the robots in disguise are back on the big screen, and this time in animated form. It's Transformers 1. Set a long time before the Optimus Prime and Megatron that we know, we're introduced to Orion Pax and D16, two young Minobots residing in Iacon City on Cybertron. However, these two soon discover that their leader, Sentinel Prime, is harbouring a dark secret about all life on Cybertron that sets these two friends on two very distant paths. Keeping my overview brief, I am a massive Transformers fan. Films, cartoon, the animated original is 80 minutes of pure whiplash. The Michael Bay movies have their faults, but gosh darn it, they are guilty pleasures for me. And the recent films, Bumblebee and Rise of the Beasts, are quintessential cinema-going fun. Then why, might you ask, was I a little trepidatious going into Transformers 1? Well, for starters, I really did not see the point of a prequel. I'm familiar with the characters of Optimus Prime and Megatron, and I like their stance in this world. And I'm going to be honest, I didn't really see much of a point of going all the way back to their beginnings and seeing how they were former friends turned enemies. It's a trope that has been done to death. And I actually just appreciated the fact that Optimus Prime stood for good, truth and honour, and Megatron was just evil. Not every single evil being needs to have some kind of tragic backstory. Secondly, whilst I have no qualms at all in making another animated Transformers film, the animation has to look pretty good. And judging from the marketing of this film, the marketing, which I might add, has been quite lackluster, did nothing to sell me on the animation itself. Being completely honest, it looked unimpressive, with a made-for-TV toonish quality to it. And I wasn't sold on the humour either. It seemed to be gearing for a much younger audience. But nevertheless, there had been some good word of mouth about Transformers 1, so I took myself to the cinema, I sat down and watched it, and in terms of those fears that I had, well, they were founded. The animation is oddly soft. The character designs lack a sense of individuality, and whilst this world that they inhabit is very abstract, it lacked definition. And the humour largely falls flat too. Bumblebee, or B as they tend to refer to him in the film, is voiced by Keegan-Michael, and it never worked. He's quipping jokes constantly. It came off as rather annoying. I feel like Keegan-Michael has just been turned up to 11, and that doesn't suit the character of Bumblebee. And I will admit, it is very strange to see Optimus Prime cracking jokes and being silly, but what I do appreciate is that the film very early on sets out that this is not the Optimus Prime that you are familiar with. We will get there, eventually, but at this point in time, this might as well be just a different character. He has to grow, he has to transform into Optimus Prime. And the same goes for D16. Visually, seeing Megatron being pally-pally and sharing adventures with Optimus Prime is a weird spectacle. But you do quickly buy into the pairing of these two and the inevitable path that they will head down. Chris Hemsworth voicing Optimus Prime initially did concern me because Peter Cullen's commanding tone is synonymous with the character. But Hemsworth really goes for it, ensuring that he emulates Cullen's voice, but never imitates it. Brian Tyree Henry was strong casting for Megatron 2, especially when he embarks on his turn to the dark side. I'm making quite a few allusions to Star Wars in this review, and that is because this story of Optimus and Megatron You can draw a direct comparison to that of Anakin and Obi-Wan. In the Star Wars prequels, we always knew what the outcome was going to be. We knew that Anakin was going to become Darth Vader and turn on everything that he had formerly loved. But actually seeing that unfold, it didn't relent on the heartbreak. And the same goes for Transformers 1. Specifically in regards to Megatron, you really feel the anguish and torment that drives these two apart. And this arc comes to a head in a legitimately fantastic final act. Thrilling action, goosebump-inducing moments. Whilst it may have rolled along a bit of a rocky path prior to this, the final 30 minutes of Transformers 1 actually brings everything full circle in such an immensely satisfying way. It's also surprisingly dark. The film may be animated and it may be rated PG, but don't let that dissuade you because some of this action is violent. Just because these robots can't bleed doesn't mean that they are pulling any punches. There really is a genuine shift from perfectly solid to honestly incredible, and that kind of happens around just after the halfway mark. I really do try not to let a second half of a film determine my overall opinion of a movie. But in the case of Transformers 1, this second half is a result of everything that the first half had been building to. So I do have to applaud Josh Cooley and his team for just pulling it off. I wouldn't consider Transformers 1 to be the definitive Transformers experience, nor would I rank it among the best. But in terms of accomplishing what it set out to do, I was pleasantly surprised. Chris Hemsworth and Brian Tyree Henry do great work as the voices of the iconic leaders of the Autobots and Decepticons, and the finale will have any Transformers fan levitating above their seat. If a report came out tomorrow saying that Paramount will be continuing to tell the Transformers story in this way, I wouldn't be disappointed at all. I'm going to give Transformers 1 a 7.5 out of 10. Anyway guys, those were my thoughts on Transformers 1. Let me know, have you had a chance to see the film yet? What did you think? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And my question to you, I would like to know, who is your favourite Transformer? But that's all the time we have for today, so thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.
Hello, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, make sure to click that like button, and if you aren't already, click that subscribe button too.